ready to conquer the shoreline in the morning light. Got the ocean breeze blowing, the salt in the air. Feeling like a movie star without a single care. Tied up my laces, check my smartwatch split. Finding that 116.8 tempo where the feet just fit. Floating on the pavement, feeling so supreme. Living out a high velocity, sunny summer dream. Then I look to my left at the crashing blue tide. A giant rogue swell coming up from the side. The ocean decided to claim the whole track, and suddenly there's no turning around or going back. A 6-foot wall of water splashing on the wall, threatening to turn my pristine stride into a fall. My carbon plate sneakers aren't built for a swim, and the survival instincts are kicking into high gear within. 1 second I'm a surfer floating on the momentum sky. Next second I'm a cartoon character flying on by. I'm riding the rhythm or escaping the sea. Either way, my legs are making history. Oh, run with the wave, feel the rhythm roll. A high tempo runner taking full control. Then run from the wave for it hits the shore. Sprint like a rocket underneath the ocean blue. Ride on the momentum when the feeling is right. Then dive the incoming splash with all of your might. Hop off the grave, run with the wave. Ride from the wave. Yeah, yeah, keep your sneakers out of the salt today. Sprint to the right as the ocean water breaks, making every single high stakes maneuver it takes. Dramatically leaping over wet, slippery sand. The most acrobatic runner in the entire land. That's the guy fishing on the wooden pier. He stared at my neon shorts in absolute fear, thinking, is this an Olympic athlete on a sprint, or a runner whose survival instincts gave a hint? Call it a workout, call it a tide. Navigating the shoreline with a lot of pride. Wave behind me, threatening to soak my socks. Wave inside me, pushing me past the rocks. I'm a thermodynamic marvel on a beach by tracks, splashing through the foam, never looking back. Who cares if I look a little frantic in my stride, as long as the shoes stay completely dry inside. 1 second I'm a surfer floating on the momentum sky. Next second I'm a cartoon character flying on by. Am I riding the rhythm or escaping the sea? Either way, my legs are making history. I run with the wave, feel the rhythm roll. A high tempo runner taking full control. Then run from the wave for it hits the shoe. Sprint like a rocket underneath the ocean blue. Ride on the momentum when the feeling is right. Then dodge the incoming splash with all of your might. Hop off the grave, run with the wave. From the wave, ride the flow, glide it, dodge the splash, sprint it, keep the shoes dry, save 'em. That's the exact math of my running. Great high tide coming, low tide going. The sweat in the seawater are both steadily flowing. Are we conquering nature or escaping the foam? We're doing whatever it takes to get home. Crank the velocity, let the swell break high. Sprinting all the way under the sunny sky. Run with the wave, feel the rhythm roll. A high tempo runner taking full control. Then run from the wave before it hits the shoes. Sprint like a rocket underneath the ocean blue. Ride on the momentum when the feeling is right. Then dodge the incoming splash with all of your might. Hop off the grave, run with the wave. Ride from the wave. Yeah, run with the wave. Run with the wave. Smartwatch stops. Target distance achieved. 0 wet socks detected. Flawless victory. My lungs are burning. My legs are like jelly, but the shoes bone dry. Now, where is the nearest smoothie bar? And out. I stepped onto the shoreline at the crack of dawn, ready to get my morning coastal cardio on. Got my neon visor and my carbon plate shoes. Zero intention of taking a loss or a snooze. Looked at the waterline, making my plan to be the most efficient running summer man. The wet sand is hard, but the dry sand is deep, and I up-tempo cadence to keep. Suddenly a rogue wave comes crashing in fast, trying to make my dry shoe record a thing of the past. The ocean's coming in like, hey, this trail is mine. Swallowing the beach and pushing back the line. So I swing into the left, take a giant leap high, dramatically flying under the morning sky. You can shift the whole ocean, you can move the whole bay, but these legs are staying deployed today. The water level rises, the water level drops, while my smartwatch timer never ever stops. Gravity is pulling on the sea and the foam, while my hamstrings are powering the engine home. When the tide in, I'm jumping on the dune, running like a maniac under the moon. When the tide out, I'm sprinting on the flat, leaving all my worries where the crabs are at. Ocean doing physics, water moving round, while my neon sneakers are pounding the ground. Step into the route. Tide in, tide out, legs out. Past a guy fishing with a 6-foot rod. He looked at my high velocity stride real odd. Thinking, is this person training for a coastal race, or running from a sea monster at a terrifying pace? My socks are slightly salty, my shins are full of sand, a total biological wonder of the land. Doing high-speed zigzags past the seaweed piles, adding up the coastal high-velocity miles. Call it a workout, call it a splash, navigating nature in a 5K dash. High tide pushing me right against the rocks, slow tide opening the beach for blocks. I'm a thermodynamic marvel in a sun bites a crown, flossing through the coastline of this summer town. Who cares if the waves try to ruin the stride, as long as the momentum is held with pride. The water level rises, the water level drops, while my smartwatch timer never ever stops. Gravity is pulling on the sea and the foam, while my hamstrings are powering the engine home. When the tide in, I'm jumping on the dune, running like a maniac under the moon. When the tide out, I'm sprinting on the flat, leaving all my worries where the crabs are at. Ocean doing physics, water moving round, while my neon sneakers are pounding the ground. Step into the route. Tide in, tide out, legs out. High tide, dodge it. Low tide, sprint it. Legs out, lock it. That's the exact math on my running grid. Water coming up to the knee, foam on the toes, navigating the shoreline where the salt wind blows. The sea is unpredictable, the ocean is wide, but we're holding on the stride. Crank the velocity, let the swell roll high, sprinting all the way under the summer sky. I'm jumping on the dune, running like a maniac under the moon. When the tide out, I'm sprinting on the flat, leaving all my worries where the crabs are at. Ocean doing physics, water moving round, while my neon sneakers are pounding the ground. Step into the route. Tide in, tide out, legs out. Yeah, tide in, tide out, legs out. Beep. Smartwatch stops. Target distance achieved. 5 kilometers of coastal survival. The tide officially won 3 inches of beach, but my legs won the entire morning. Now, where's the nearest iced Americano? And a towel, and out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I stepped onto the coastal path at 8 a.m., wearing my favorite lightweight carbon plate stem. Told my smartwatch, hey, let's keep it cool and light. A peaceful morning run in the soft sunlight. I was gliding on the pavement, feeling real serene, the most disciplined athlete this beach had ever seen, until the Atlantic decided to throw a fit and send a giant wave right toward my running kit. I saw the white foam rising, towering up high, threatening to turn my dry shoes into a saltwater pie. Did I slow down? Did I take a wet defeat? No, I used it as an excuse to unleash my moving feet. I slammed the accelerator, dropped into top gear, driven by pure history. My heart rate spiked to 188, all because I refuse to accept a soggy fate. I don't need a coach, I don't need a timer's call, I just need the threat of a tidal wave. Whoa, every wave a new excuse to sprint, taking every splash as a high-speed hit. I ain't training hard, I'm just staying dry, sprinting like a rocket underneath the summer sky. One wave, two wave, hit the gas pedal down, the fastest shoe preservation addict in town. Left foot, right foot, leaving a glint, every wave a new excuse to sprint. Yeah, keep the sneakers bone dry today. Past a couple, drinking coffee on a bench, watching me negotiate the incoming drench. I did a 3-foot vertical jump over the foam, looking like a parkour master heading back home. They thought I was doing high-intensity interval drills, pushing through the pain for cardiovascular thrills. If only they knew the truth behind the scene, I'm just protecting the cleanest sneakers ever seen. Call it a workout, call it a wave, running on the edge of a watery grave. Wave number 3, a 3-second dash. Wave number 4, an acrobatic splash. I'm a thermodynamic paradox in neon shorts, playing high stakes chicken with aquatic sports. Who cares if my lungs are screaming for air, as long as the salt water doesn't touch a pair. My heart rate to 188, all because I refuse to accept a soggy fate. I don't need a coach, I don't need a timer's call, I just need the threat of a tidal wave. Whoa, every wave a new excuse to sprint, taking every splash as a high-speed hit. I ain't training hard, I'm just staying dry, sprinting like a rocket underneath the summer sky. One wave, two wave, hit the gas pedal down, the fastest shoe preservation addict in town. Left foot, right foot, leaving a glint, every wave a new excuse to sprint. That's the exact math of my running grit. Water swelling up on the track, there's no turning around and there's no looking back. The ocean provides the interval training routine, the craziest coastal workout that you've ever seen. Crank the velocity, let the tide roll high, outrun the Pacific underneath the blue sky. Every wave a new excuse to sprint, taking every splash as a high-speed hit. I ain't training hard, I'm just staying dry, sprinting like a rocket underneath the summer sky. One wave, two wave, hit the gas pedal down, the fastest shoe preservation addict in town. Left foot, right foot, leaving a glint, every wave a new excuse to sprint. Yeah, every wave a new excuse to sprint. Smartwatch stops, 5 kilometers completed in record-breaking time. Total intervals, 27 sprints. Total wet shoe incidents, 0. My lungs are smoking, my legs are on fire, but my sneakers mint condition, absolute perfection. Now get me off this beach before the next set comes in. They I stepped onto the shoreline with my neon visor tight, looking like an Olympic champion in the morning light. Got my carbon plate sneakers, my hydration pack array, the most professional presentation ever made. On this parade I pulled up my fitness app, locked the GPS in place, told myself today's the day. I set a personal record pace, I was gliding on the boardwalk, feeling smooth and so serene, the most disciplined athlete that this beach had ever seen. Then the tide started rolling in, kicking up a fight, throwing white sea foam left and right in the light. Did I stick to my straight line interval design? No, I started chasing foam like a crazy puppy line. Hop to the left, sprint to the right, following the bubbles with all of my might, zigzagging through the salt water like a runaway train, doing high-speed acrobatics on the coastal domain. My smartwatch is confused, asking what is this route? It looks like a doodle that a toddler drew out. My heart rate is spiking to 183 while I'm playing tag with the bubble bubbles from the sea. Oh, I'm chasing foam, calling it training. A high velocity workout while the tide is remaining. I ain't doing intervals, I'm dodging the splash. A 30-second unscripted high stakes dash. The ocean throws a bubble and I hit top gear. The most frantic athlete in the whole hemisphere. Jump the sea, foam chain, chasing foam, calling it training. Yeah, log it as an official workout today. Past a serious track coach standing on the pier. He looked at my wild zigzags in absolute fear. He took out his clipboard, started shaking his head, watching me hop over sea foam instead. I yelled, it's agility work, it's lateral speed, trying to justify this goofy running need. He didn't know the truth behind my athletic display. I'm just trying to keep my $90 shoes dry today. Call it a workout, call it a foam party. Chasing white bubbles like a high-speed Smartie. Top half, serious athlete, breathing through the nose. Bottom half, cartoon character, dodging where the ocean goes. I'm a thermodynamic marvel on a beachside track, splashing past the seaweed, never looking back. Who cares if the GPS path looks totally insane, as long as the statistics say I'm building up the brain. My smartwatch is confused, asking what is this route? It looks like a doodle that a toddler drew out. My heart rate is spiking to 183 while I'm playing tag with the bubbles from the sea. Oh, I'm chasing foam, calling it training. A high velocity workout while the tide is remaining. I ain't doing intervals, I'm dodging the splash. A 30-second unscripted high stakes dash. The ocean throws a bubble and I hit top gear. The most frantic athlete in the whole hemisphere. Jump the sea, foam chain, chasing foam, calling it training. See the foam, tag it, dodge the splash, sprint it, keep the shoes dry. That's the exact math on my running grid. White bubbles coming, low tide going. The sweat and the seawater are both steadily flowing. Are we training for a marathon or playing in the surf? We're conquering the boundaries of this sandy turf. Crank the velocity, let the foam roll high. Sprinting all the way under the summer sky. I stepped onto the coastal track with a disciplined mind, leaving all my lazy excuses far behind. Got my carbon plate sneakers, my visor locked tight, planning a straightforward run in the morning light. I was aiming for a linear, steady state stride, a peaceful little workout ride along the tide, until a 5-foot wave came crashing on the shore, and nature turned my linear jog into a war. A wall of salty water came rushing at my feet, threatening the dry shoe streak I was trying to keep. Did I stop? Did I turn around and surrender to the foam? No, I did a lateral leap that brought the trophy home. Sidestep left, high knee jump to the right, a 3-foot vertical lift in the middle of the light. My calves are exploding, my core is engaged, while the Pacific Ocean gets dramatically enraged. My smartwatch is panicking, asking what is this drill? It's not on the training plan, but it's giving me a thrill. I'm working on my balance, I'm building up my agility, exploding off the sand with athletic stability. Oh, wave dodging is cross-training, a high-intensity workout while the tide is remaining. I ain't just running, I'm leaping the splash, a functional acrobatic high-stakes dash. The ocean throws a swell and I do a double jump, getting maximum power in my cardiovascular pump. Sidestep, make a break through, wave dodging is cross-training too. Yeah, log it as an official agility session today. Past a personal trainer walking on the sand, he watched my chaotic acrobatics across the land. I did a mid-air spin over a patch of wet foam, looking like a parkour master on the way home. He shouted, what technique is that? Is that a new routine? I yelled, it's functional reflex training, if you know what I mean. He didn't need to know the true motivation protection of my feet. I'm just protecting my $90 sneakers from defeat. Call it a workout, call it a splash. Navigating nature in a 5K dash. Wave number 1, a high knee jump over the green. Wave number 2, the fastest lateral shuffle ever seen. I'm a thermodynamic marvel in neon green shorts, playing high stakes dodgeball with aquatic sports. Who cares if the GPS path looks totally insane, as long as the footwork is building up the brain. My smartwatch is panicking, asking what is this drill? It's not on the training plan, but it's giving me a thrill. I'm working on my balance, I'm building up my agility, exploding off the sand with athletic stability. Oh, 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 oh. Wave dodging is cross-training, a high-intensity workout while the tide is remaining. I ain't just running, I'm leaping the splash, a functional acrobatic high-stakes dash. The ocean throws a swell and I do a double jump, getting maximum power in my cardiovascular pump. Sidestep, make a breakthrough. Wave dodging is cross-training too. See the swell, spot it, dodge the splash, shuffle it, keep the balance in it. That's the exact math of my running grip. Water coming left, foam coming right. We're doing dynamic plyometrics in the broad daylight. Is it a marathon prep or a beach survival test? We're building up that stabilizer muscles at their best. Crank the velocity, let the tide roll high, sprinting all the way under the summer sky. Wave dodging is cross-training, a high-intensity workout while the tide is remaining. I ain't just running, I'm leaping the splash, a functional acrobatic high-stakes dash. The ocean throws a swell and I do a double jump, getting maximum power in my cardiovascular pump. Sidestep, make a breakthrough. Wave dodging is cross-training too. Yeah, wave dodging is cross-training. Beep, smartwatch stops. 5 kilometers done, total jumps. 42, total side shuffles. Fitness app locked, elite functional agility workout. My ankles are made of steel, my quads are on fire, and my shoes spotless bone dry, pure victory. Now where is my iced coffee and a deck chair? Dum 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 dum. I stepped onto the boardwalk with my visor pinned tight, ready to conquer the coastline in the morning light. Got the ocean breeze blowing, salt air in my face. I jump my wireless earbuds deep inside my ear, zip through my ultimate high energy running gear. A driving electric bassline locked into the track, ready for a workout where I'm never turning back. Then the Atlanta decided to unleash a roar, throwing 6-foot waves against the concrete shore. Boom goes the tide like a giant bass drum, trying to make my favorite synth track sound dumb. It's a sonic territory war on the beachside track. The ocean burst the playlist I'm playing in my pack. I reach for the button on my Bluetooth control and turn the volume up to save my electronic soul. Nature's got an amplifier built into the sea. I can't hear the seagulls, I can't hear the foam. I'm running in a private audio dome. Oh, oh, got the ocean roar crashing on the side. A 10-ton wave coming with the tide. But my playlist louder, pounding in the head, overpowering the water with a bassline instead. The sea wants to rumble, the sea wants to shout, but my high velocity anthem is knocking it out. Click the volume, hit the power tower. Ocean roar, playlist louder. Past a couple sitting on a beach town near, watching my high-speed footsteps hit the pier. They were covering the ears from the crashing ocean sound while I was floating 3 inches off the ground. I'm nodding my head to a synthesizer beat, sinking every splash with the pounding of my feet. The ocean throws a thunder, but my track drops a bass. The ultimate sonic showdown taking place. Call it a workout, call it a rave, conquering the coastline, riding the wave. Left side ocean bringing 30,000 watts. Right side high tempo playlist hitting all the spots. I'm a thermodynamic marble in neon green shorts, playing high volume, ticking with aquatic sports. Who cares if the tide is throwing down a roar, as long as my headphones give me some more. Nature's got an amplifier built into the sea. I can't hear the seagulls, I can't hear the foam. I'm running in volume, tumble, keep the pace, humble. That's the exact math of my running grid. Water crushing left baseline, dropping right. We're out volume and nature in the broad daylight. The C is 100 decibels, my playlist is 110. We're gonna keep us sprinting till the chorus hits again. Crank the velocity, let the speakers blow. Outrun the ocean in a high-speed show. Got the ocean roar crashing on the side. A 10-ton wave coming with the tide. But my playlist louder, pounding in the head, overpowering the water with a bassline instead. The sea wants to rumble, the sea wants to shout, but my high-velocity anthem is knocking it out. Click the volume, hit the power tower. Ocean roar, playlist louder. Yeah, ocean roar, playlist louder. Beep, smartwatch stops. 5 kilometers completed. My ears are ringing. My legs are on fire, but my playlist, undefeated champion of the coastline. Respect to the Pacific, but today my audio won. Now, where is my iced coffee? I hit the coastal boardwalk right at 7 a.m. Laced up my neon sneakers with the high tempo stem. The ocean was churning, the sky was bright blue, the kind of summer morning where you set a record or two. I was gliding along, feeling smooth and so light, when a sudden gust of ocean wind blew through the trees and carried a giant cloud of salt water over the breeze. Right on the visor, sack right on the cheek, the saltiest facial treatment of the entire week. It's sticking to my forehead, it's crusting on my nose, a total marine makeover from my head to my toes. My sunglasses are foggy, my lips taste like the sea, an absolute oceanic ambush targeted at me. Did I stop my smartwatch? Did I turn around in fear? No, I wiped my eyelids off and kicked it into top gear. My skin is getting sticky, my shirt is soaked through, looking like a sea monster wearing a running shoe. But I'm riding on momentum, I'm floating on the mist, the most unbothered athlete on the morning list. Got the salt spray coming at my face, a high velocity mist on the coastal race. I said okay, okay, brushing off the foam, ocean crested runner heading all the way home. Make it throw the seesaw, throw the heavy tide that can't stop the rhythm of my high-speed stride. Wipe the eyes, step into the ray. Past a lady walking with a fluffy white dog. She took one look at me, running through the salty fog. My forehead was shining, my hair was sticking up high, looking like a wet sea captain passing on by. I gave her a thumbs up, gave a big goofy smile, salt crusting on my teeth for the next half mile. It's just electrolyte absorption, I wanted to shout, while my legs kept churning the miles on out. Call it a workout, call it a splash, a salty situation in a 5K dash. Skin saltier than a bag of potato chips, pace setting a record that nobody clips. I'm a thermodynamic marvel in neon green shorts, playing high velocity games with aquatic sports. Who cares if I look like a brine pickled squid, as long as I keep up the cadence I did. My skin is getting sticky, my shirt is soaked through, looking like a sea monster wearing a running shoe. But I'm riding on momentum, I'm floating on the mist, the most unbothered athlete on the morning list. Got the salt spray coming at my face, a high velocity mist on the coastal race. I said okay, okay, brushing off the foam, a ocean crested runner heading all the way home. Baby, throw the seesaw, throw the heavy tide that can't stop the rhythm of my high-speed stride. Wipe the eyes, step into the ray. See mist, taste it, salty lips, face it, keep moving, haste it. That's the exact math of my running grit, running grit. Brine on the shoulders, salt in the hair, running down the boardwalk without a single care. Is it a beach workout or a human seasoning process? We're converting every splash into high-speed success. Crank the velocity, sandy border where the continent ends, standing at the coastline where the ocean extends. Got my carbon plate sneakers, my visor locked low, looking like a warrior ready to go. The waves were crashing loud, throwing foam in the air, while I raised my right hand without a single care. Looked down at the water creeping up on my toes, and made the most dramatic promise this beach ever knows. I promised to the seashells, I swore to the sand, I'd be the fastest moving creature in this coastal land. No matter if the tide comes rolling up high, no matter if the salt spray hits my left eye, and never let the wet foam defeat my moving feet. A sacred runner's covenant right on the shore, a high velocity contract for a 5K war. The ocean tried to bribe me with a cool, refreshing splash, trying to break my promise in the middle of the dash. But a runner's pledge is solid, a runner's oath is tight. We're pushing through the coastline with all of our might, standing at the water's edge, taking down the runner's pledge. I won't stop, I won't turn, I won't slow the stride, conquering the coastline with a lot of pride. Though the sand gets soft and the shoes get wet, this is the most relentless high-speed workout yet. Step onto the ledge, water's edge, runner's pledge. Past the lifeguards, sitting on a high wooden tower, watching me fulfill my high tempo power. I gave a quick salute as I leaped over foam, executing acrobatic maneuvers, heading home. My socks are slightly salty, my quads are on fire, driven by a solemn, unstoppable desire. The ocean threw a tidal wave to test my resolve, while I solved the physics equations as my legs revolve. Call it a promise, call it a vow, sprinting through the coastal trail right here, right now. Left side, ocean trying to breach the defensive line. Right side, high-tempo cadence working just fine. I'm a thermodynamic marvel in neon green shorts, executing sacred covenants of all outdoor sports. Who cares if the tide is trying to ruin the shoes? When a runner takes a pledge, they got nothing to lose. The ocean tried to bribe me with a cool, refreshing splash, trying to break my promise in the middle of the dash. But a runner's pledge is solid, a runner's oath is tight. We're pushing through the coastline with all of our might, standing at the water's edge, taking down the runner's pledge. I won't stop, I won't turn, I won't slow the stride, conquering the coastline with a lot of pride. Though the sand gets soft and the shoes get wet, this is the most relentless high-speed workout yet. Step onto the ledge, water's edge, runner's pledge. Water's edge, stand it, runner's pledge. Swear it, keep the pace, swear it, that's the exact math of my running grit. Oats made in the morning, kept through the heat, navigating sand dunes with relentless feet. Is it a dramatic movie trailer or a 5K run? We're keeping every promise underneath the summer sun. Crank the velocity, let the swell roll high, fulfill the oath underneath the blue sky. Standing at the water's edge, standing at the runner's pledge. I won't stop, I won't turn, I won't slow the stride, conquering the coastline with a lot of pride. Though the sand gets soft and the shoes get wet, this is the most relentless high-speed workout yet. Step onto the ledge, water's edge, runner's pledge. Yeah, water's edge, runner's pledge. Beep, smartwatch stops. Target distance achieved, oath officially fulfilled. 0 broken promises, 5 kilometers of pure coast. My sneakers are slightly sandy, but my honor completely intact now. Where is my iced coffee reward? I stepped onto the boardwalk looking 10 feet tall, ready to conquer the shoreline, taking on all. Got my neon visor locked, carbon shoes prepped, the cleanest beachside presentation ever kept. The sun was shining bright, the waves were rolling blue. I said, hey world, look what I can do. The ocean threw a high five, the seagull gave a shout. I was floating on air without a single doubt. Then the tide rolled in, taking up the space, demanding I'm a high velocity pace. My smartwatch beep saying hit zone 5. So I dropped into top gear just to stay alive. Pace up, step up, lift the knees high, flying 1, 100%. Velocity at kilometer 3, sky-high event. Cardiovascular capacity at kilometer 5, 0. That's how we transform from a zero to a hero. Crank the velocity, let the engine explode. Hit the final sprint on the beachside road. Oh, surf's up, feeling like a beachside king. Pace up, hear the engine start to sing. Then give up, gasping for a single breath of air. Collapsing on the sand without a single care. We started like a hero, we ended like a clown. The fastest cardiovascular meltdown in town. Stopping to the cup, surf's up, pace up, give up. Yeah, surf's up, pace up, give up. Smartwatch stops, target distance achieved, barely. I am currently face down on a beach towel. My lungs are smoking, my calves are vibrating, but the statistics, absolute perfection. Can someone roll me into the shade and hand me an iced Americano through a straw? Yeah. I stepped onto the boardwalk around 8 a.m. Gliding like a feather on a bamboo stem. Got my neon visor and my carbon plate shoes. Floating through the atmosphere without a thing to lose. At kilometer 3, the endorphins kicked in. A localized explosion underneath my skin. The scenery blurred into a pastel paradise. And suddenly the workout felt incredibly nice. I looked down at my feet, pounding on the sand. Felt like I was running over cloud-covered land. I thought, hey, look at me, I'm walking on the sea. A majestic dolphin, got a pure mobility. I closed my eyes slightly, taking in the breeze. Imagining a crowd of seagulls clapping in the trees. A cinematic hero in a summer movie scene. The most majestic runner that this beach has ever seen. My mind is in the clouds, floating far away. Conquering the coastline on a golden summer day. I'm invincible, unstoppable, a thermodynamic dream. Living out a high-velocity delusional scheme. Oh, I'm dreaming on the wave, floating in the sky. A supersonic angel passing everyone on by. I ain't touching asphalt, I'm gliding on the foam. A ocean running legend heading all the way home. Then splash just to face, waking up the brain. Slap right back to reality and cardiovascular pain. Wake up to the rave, dreaming on the wave. Yeah, I was an ocean god for about 30 seconds. The cold salt water hit me like a bucket of ice, instantly destroying my float in paradise. My eyes snapped open, my illusion took a hit. I realized I was gasping in a wet running kit. No seagulls were clapping, no audience was there. Just a confused golden retriever giving me a stare. And my majestic dolphin stride was actually a mess. A wobbly penguin shuffle in a state of distress. Call it a workout, call it a high. Floating on endorphins underneath the blue sky. Top half dreaming of a halo and a surfboard crown. Bottom half heavy legs trying not to drown. I'm a thermodynamic marvel in neon green shorts. Experiencing hallucinations in outdoor sports. Who cares if the dream was a temporary lie? As long as the cadence stay locked in sky high. My mind is in the clouds, floating far away. Conquering the coastline on a golden summer day. I'm invincible, unstoppable, a thermodynamic dream. Living out a high-velocity delusional scheme. Oh, I'm dreaming on the wave, floating in the sky. A supersonic angel passing everyone on by. I ain't touching asphalt, I'm gliding on the foam. A ocean running legend heading all the way home. Then splash just to face, waking up the brain. Slap right back to reality and cardiovascular pain. Wake up to the rave, dreaming on the wave. Float high, dreaming, cold splash, feel it. Wake up, running, that's the exact math of my running, grinning, 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 grinning. Endorphin high, floating through the coastal breeze. Cold ocean splash, bringing me right to my knees. Was it a spiritual enlightenment or a heat stroke scare? We're sprinting all the way through the salty summer air. Crank the velocity, let the dream stay roar. Sprint through the finish on a sandy shore. Oh, I'm dreaming on the wave, floating in the sky. A supersonic angel passing everyone on by. I ain't touching asphalt, I'm gliding on the foam. My ocean running legend heading all the way home. Then splash just the face, waking up the brain. Slap right back to reality and cardiovascular pain. like lead. Before a solid 2 minutes back there, I was an absolute ocean deity. Now, where is my iced Americano and a dry towel? The coastal boardwalk with a mission in mind, leaving every lazy excuse far behind. Got my neon visor locked, carbon sneakers on tight, ready to conquer the shoreline in the morning light. The ocean was shifting, the moon was at play, doing crazy physics with the water in the bay. I stepped onto the sand with a confident grin, ready for whatever wave the tide brought in. First came the rush as the ocean swelled high, swallowing the beach right under the sky. A 3-foot wave came charging at my feet, turning my casual jog into a sprint on the street. It's the high tide hustle, a frantic display, doing high-speed jumps over the saltwater spray, zigzagging sideways like a crab on a dash, executing high-tempo moves to avoid the splash. 1 second I'm a sprinter running from the foam, next second I'm a bodybuilder heading back home, where the water's coming in or pulling back out. My calves are giving everyone a reason to shout. Got that high tide hustle, sprinting for the drive, jumping over waves underneath the blue sky. Got that low tide muscle, power in the stride, flexing through the heavy sand with a lot of pride. Water coming in, hit the top gear gas, water going out, let the quads kick glass. Step into the rustle, high tide hustle, low tide muscle. Yeah, my leg day is happening right on the beach. Then the water pulled back, leaving wet, heavy sand. A 3-mile stretch of resistance in the land. Every single step feels like lifting away a deep sand workout delivered by fate. So I flex my hamstrings, engage the quads, looking like a champion fighting the odds. Passed a couple walking, gave a muscle man pose, while salt spray crust right on my nose. Call it the workout, call it a tide, navigating nature with a whole lot of pride. Phase 1, high velocity, panic on the run. Phase 2, building up quads underneath the sun. I'm a thermodynamic marvel in neon green shorts, playing high stakes games with coastal sports. Who cares if my lungs are screaming for air? Look at these calves, they're beyond compare. 1 second I'm a sprinter running from the foam, next second I'm a bodybuilder heading back home, where the water's coming in or pulling back out. My calves are giving everyone a reason to shout. Got that high tide hustle, sprinting for the drive, jumping over waves underneath the blue sky. Got that low tide muscle, power in the stride, flexing through the heavy sand with a lot of pride. Water coming in, hit the top gear gas, water going out, let the quads kick glass. Step into the rustle, high tide hustle, low tide muscle. High tide hustle it, low tide muscle it, keep moving, muscle it. That's the exact math of my running grit. Water rushing in, do a 40-yard dash, water pulling back, power through the sand splash. Is it a beach marathon or a high-speed gym routine? We're building up the strongest quads this town has ever seen. Crank up velocity, let the tide roll high, flex through the finish under the summer sky. Got that high tide hustle, sprinting for the drive, jumping over waves underneath the blue sky. Got that low tide muscle, power in the stride, flexing through the heavy sand with a lot of pride. Water coming in, hit the top gear gas, water going out, let the quads kick glass. Step into the rustle, high tide hustle, low tide muscle. Yeah, high tide hustle, low tide muscle. Beep, 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 smartwatch stops. Target distance achieved, 5 kilometers of pure coastal chaos. Cardio, maxed out leg gains, astronomical. Show status 99% dry. Now, can someone point me toward an ice bath and an iced Americano? I stepped onto the boardwalk looking super laid back. Got Got my tropical visor and my neon running pack, trying to channel that chill California cool style, gliding down the coastline with a relaxed little smile. I told myself, hey, just absorb the ocean breeze, float along the pavement like a leaf through the trees. I was going for an effortless tropical groove, the smoothest surfer runner that was on the move. My legs are turning fast like a high-speed mill, my heart is going thump thump, beating on my chest while I'm trying to pretend I'm just taking a rest. Sweat is flying sideways, visors getting slick, doing high-speed moves that are frantic and quick. I'm a high-velocity engine in a Hawaiian shirt state, trying to hold the chill vibes at an athletic rate. I'm throwing up peace signs when my quads are on fire, driven by a high tempo, desperate desire. Look cool on the outside, panic on the in, let the tropical running parade begin. Oh, I'm surf vibes running fast on the sand, the most frantic chill person in the whole damn land. Got the palm tree attitude, carbon plate, place a high tempo vacation all over the place. They think I'm just cruising, taking in the view while I'm setting a record in my neon green shoes. Step into the sun and surf vibes running. Yeah, zero chill, maximum cadence today. Past a group of surfers waxing up their boards, watching me navigate the coastal sand fjords. I gave a casual wave like, yeah, I do this all day, while my lungs were begging for an aircon spray. My shirt is soaked through, my socks are full of sand, the most unchilled presentation in the entire land. But I held the posture straight, kept the chin held high, sprinting like a rocket underneath the blue sky. Call it a vibe, call it a sprint, giving all the beachgoers a high-speed hint. Top hop, half laid back, surfer riding on the flow, bottom half Olympic sprinter in a high-voltage show. I'm a thermodynamic marvel in tropical shorts, blending surf culture with high-intensity sports. Who cares if the chill vibes are a total lie, as long as the statistics are hitting sky high. I'm going up peace signs when my quads are on fire, driven by a high tempo, desperate desire. Look cool on the outside, panic on the in, let the tropical running parade begin. Though I'm surf vibes running fast on the sand, the most frantic chill person in the whole damn land. Got the palm tree attitude, carbon plate, piece a high tempo vacation all over the place. They think I'm just cruising, taking in the view while I'm setting a record in my neon green shoes. Step into the sun and surf vibes running. Surf vibes, take it, high pace, take it, keep moving, take it, that's the exact math of my running grit. Sunglasses on the face, fire in the lungs, running down the boardwalk, speaking in tongues. Is it a tropical vacation or an interval drill? We're combining high velocity with maximum chill. Crank the velocity, let the surf beat roar, sprint through the finish on the sandy shore. Oh, I'm surf vibes running fast on the sand, the most frantic chill person in the whole game land. Got the palm tree attitude, carbon plate, pace a high tempo vacation all over the place. They think I'm just cruising, taking in the view while I'm setting a record in my neon green shoes. Step into the sun and surf vibes running. Yeah, surf vibes running. Beep, smartwatch stops. 5 kilometers of pure coastal cardio completed. Vibrating, 10-10, lay back. Physical reality, complete cardiovascular exhaustion. My body is 80% salt and sweat, but my aesthetic, flawless tropical perfection. Now pass me an iced Americano and point me toward the shade immediately.